Hey everyone, how are you? Happy Friday. Hey, I'm looking forward to getting these three things, the table, light, and chair, finished up and into Unity. Let's see if we can do that today. I think yesterday I did the Vertex Paint for the table. Yep, looks like it's all done there. So let's go ahead and export this out and take it into Substance Painter and see what we can do with it. Once again, I'll export it out as an FBX. And do I have, it doesn't look like I do have a folding table FBX here. So maybe I can just open up Substance Painter and bring it in. Let's do that. Hello from New Zealand. Thank you for joining us. Let me bring this table in. And here it is. All right. So there we go. Now we've got the table in here. The interesting thing is if I can find some sort of wood veneer to put on the top of this, that's going to be an interesting one. We'll see if I can come up with anything. First of all, let's bake the textures. And I've just been putting everything at 2048 on this project. Vertex Color for the ID. And let's bake it. Hello from Brazil. 6 p.m. in Brazil, really? Okay. I would have thought you were more in line with our time zone here in the central U.S. I'm going to have to look at a map here, at a globe. My geography is off. Hello from Germany. 9 p.m. All right. Now that we have this, let's see. I guess I could find a metal to go on these legs first, maybe. Let's first look for that. And then, I don't know, if I see a wood grain in here, I'll grab it. Otherwise, I may have to go look somewhere else. So a metal. I think I've got, and I want it to be brown. I think there's a painted metal in here somewhere. Let's see. Painted steel. Oh. I don't like that specific color, but we could change that. Let's see if maybe that'll work. I'll just call this table legs, this group. And I'll drag this in here. And let me change to a color selection and pick that red. All right. I'm not real fond of how this kind of bumpy texture, let's see if we can smooth that out. If I just took the height away, what would happen? That would happen. That's a little too much, though. What about the rough? No. All right. Paint roughness. Let me scroll this down and see what I can find here. However, what I could do, let me try this. If I change from base color to height, and then the linear dodge, let me pull this down a bit. Ah, there we go. I still want a little bit, but not that much. Kind of like that. It looks like I didn't smooth the horizontal bars here. You can see the polygons. See that? And over here, though, yeah, same thing. Well, I wonder if it's worth going back and smoothing those. I think it is. I'm going to do that. All right, that shouldn't take up too much time here. So, yeah, let me tab into edit mode. And, well, I should be able to just do this whole thing. I wonder why the whole thing isn't smooth. Let me turn wire off, hit smooth. Oh, it's because I want certain things smooth and certain things not smooth. That's why. All right, then I'll just select these individual pieces. That's probably what needs to happen. All right. I'm getting it. Let me select these now. And let's go ahead and smooth this. So under shading UVs, smooth faces. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So let's try again. And sometimes I just don't see them until I get them in another place, another program, and that's fine. Folding table, there it goes. Let's try this again. New, don't save. Here we go again. But I think it's worth taking just a few moments. What did I do? Oh, I know exactly what I did. Do you know what the problem is? Why I got an error? Do you know what I did? What I did was I exported this out as an FBX, but I didn't choose selected objects. So it tried to export or import into, Substance Painter all of this. Right? It tried to do all of this. And there is a couple of pieces that do not have UVs, like this thing down there. So that's why it complained when I tried to open that up. So let's do that again. All right, File, Export, FBX. I hope you're learning from all of my mistakes, all of my problems here. All right, now let's try again. File, New, don't save, and we'll try it one more time. Hopefully only one more time here. All right, so there's that. Now let's bake again. Here we go. Okay. So, let's see. How are you guys doing out here? What's going on? If I make a human in Blender, could I use Substance Painter 2 to make skin and clothes colors? Yes. Yes, you can. In fact, there are a couple of nice, I think there's one from Allegorithmic itself, the company that makes Substance Painter, that has to do with a character. And you can actually paint in here as well with the alphas and the brushes. So you can actually paint fine details of skin and pores and hair and everything else. But there's a good tutorial of making a guy. He's kind of thin, mustache. He's got like steampunk goggles or something, and I believe it's from the company that makes Substance Painter. So it's pretty cool. I have not really jumped into the painting, the hand painting in Substance Painter quite yet. That is on my to-do list. But yes, you can, and people do it, and it's very cool. Steel. What did I want? I had a painted steel here, right? Let's try this. Let me isolate the color. Get that red. Okay, and then what I also did was I also smoothed out that height here so it isn't quite so prominent. I want a little bit of a bump there, not quite that much. So yeah, take it down to about 44 there. Okay. Oh, and I need to change the color. Now the color on it is not what I want. I want more of a brown. See if I can find a brownish metal color here. Something a little bit darker. Something like that. Maybe. That may be too dark. Let's see. So I'm just trying to get a nice color to the metal. I'll try that. Actually, let me go a little bit darker. There we go. Let me move the light around, kind of see. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. This black piece along here and those tabs are plastic, I think. So I'm going to begin with a plastic glossy here. And so this is plastic pieces. I don't know. Let's put that in there. And that's not going to work. Let's add the color to the blue. Oh, I have those things a different color now, don't I? Oh. I've got these cat pieces as a different color than that. I guess I did that on purpose. Did I? I don't know. All right, so for this, I'm going to give it pretty much a black. Let's take it way down here. Let's reduce the shininess by increasing the roughness, like that. There we go. Okay. Now, can I also add that to another color? So what if I selected this group, added another mask, and picked this? No, I cannot do that. Okay. That's good to know. I thought maybe I could add another one here. Oh, add color selection. Wait a minute. Aha! I can do that. But do I want to? I don't think I do. All right, so let's so I'll change this to plastic edge, and then I'll add another group for that corner tab. I'll call it corner tab. Okay, now once again I'll use, actually let's try a rubber. Do we have rubber in here? We have sci-fi artificial rubber. Is it really sci-fi artificial rubber, or do I not have? Well, let's see. Let me try that. I'm going to try the sci-fi here. I may have to go find another one, and that's okay. But let me try this. So, I don't like what's going on there. There's like an edge to that. Is that the material? Let's change the UV scale. Oh, that looks like it's, I don't know what that is. I don't like it though. Oh, it must be a seam, although I thought I split those out. These don't have it over here. That's interesting. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and change the base color here. Let me eyedrop this brown and then darken it up just a smidge. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm still on height here, so I can take the linear dodge down for the height. And like that. And then I also want to increase the roughness right here so it isn't quite so shiny. Oops. Try that again. Like that. All right. Feel like that's a little too dark. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Now I'm going to work on these little guys right down in here, and I think all we need is just some sort of material, metal material for this. Okay. What is the ideal size for textures in a video game? 2048 is fine. In fact, it's becoming more of the default, I guess, as computers and consoles and mobile tablets and things become faster. But it really depends on the game. Like if you're working in a studio or on a production team, odds are you're going to be told this is the size of the textures. You know, you're going to be told what to do or what size. The thing is you don't really know until you try and test it out. And that's what a large team, production studio, whatever, will have already done for you, is figured all that technical detail out. So it depends. I remember back when the standard was like 512, you know, so it's come a long ways. Let's see. Let's add another, and I'm going to call this feet. I'll try that leather again. But I want rubber. I don't want leather. Well, you know what I could do is I can make the plastic look like rubber. Or, you know what? Hey, I'm paying for it. Let's try this. GameTextures.com. What they have here. Well, it's taken a while. Alright, I'm going to search rubber. Football field, that's interesting. Rubber speckled flooring. Hardened, tough rubber. Wow, this is nice. Scratched, worn. How about standard tire tread? Oh, I haven't seen that. That's nice. Scratched, worn. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, gotta sign in. There we go. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that scratched, worn. Oh, come on. You got to take me back to the same page I was on if you're going to give me the link to log in. Did it? Really? Let's try this again. Remember me. All right, here we go. There I am. I confused it. Rubber. Okay, here we go. Scratched, worn. Substance. Download. There it goes. So now, I think what I need to do is go into here. Open it up. There it is. Let's try this. I'll just take this and drag it down into here. Right? Gotta do this. I want this as a base material, and I want it for all time. Import. There it is. Scratched, worn. Let's try it. Let's see. Is there a difference between game textures, substance.com and substance source. You said you're paying for Substance Live, so I believe all the substances from Substance Source are available to you. Well, yes and no. GameTextures.com is supplying the materials to Substance Source, but not all of them on Game Textures are on Substance Source, if that makes any sense. However, all of the Game Textures substances are in the Substance Store for sale. So yeah, it's kind of confusing to me. This is what I think is going on. I still have to, I'm not sure, honestly, but that's what I think is happening. Oh, it's kind of broken up and nasty. Wonder what happened there. I'm not liking that. Let's try this. Now let's take that all the way down. And I want to make it a little bit shinier. Roughness. Take it down. Like this. Okay, and then the color. Where's the color? Color. Let's try more of a brown. Like that. Yikes, not that. So, but if you know more about the Substance Source and Game Textures thing, let me know. But that's my understanding about it. Good evening from Slovakia. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. I think that's good. Now I need to find a wood. I've been putting it off, haven't I? So I've got this teak. I wonder if I could make that happen, although it looks a little bit of rough. How about, well, there's wood American cherry, but that looks a little too much. What about this? It's a possibility. I could turn down the height on that one. Mahogany. Well, let's go back and see what they have here. And if it turns out I can get all this through Substance Live, I'll switch back to that. But I just, to pay $10 for 1 month to play around, I'm good with that. All right, so wood. There's a lot here. Oh, this fine walnut. I may be able to get this to work. Yeah, let me try this. Oh, there's more. More's on its way here. Here we go. Look at all this. Yeah, well, there's also this clean cherry. But I think I'll go back. Oh, there's more. Man, it keeps on loading. Oh, I like these. That's fun. But that's not what we're looking for right now. Painted wood planks, that's cool. So much cool stuff. All right, I'm going to go back up and find that. Where was that? Fine walnut wood. I think I'm going to try this. Grab that one. Substance, download. Let's try it. Okay. There it is. Oh, it's still zipped. Ah, okay. I did it twice. Let's grab this, drag it in. Base material, and I want to keep this for other projects as well. There it is. So let's make a new group now. Uh-oh. Oh, it doesn't look good. Is it going to crash? No. Okay. Thank you for not crashing. Let's call this top veneer. Let's try that. Drag that over here. Let's see how this works. Aren't you looking for something like a wood grain print on Formica? Yes. Oh. Oh. That is not. Maybe I should search for Formica in on the website there. That's a good point. Let me see if I can do anything with this. First of all, I like a challenge. We'll see if I can actually do anything with this. So, first of all, it's going the wrong way. That's an issue. Well, no, actually, first of all, what I'm going to do is try and get rid of some of that height map. Yeah, you can see it there. So, under height, I'm going to take the linear dodge down like that. So that looks more like it's what I'm looking for there. It's kind of flatter, right? Let's now go into rotation. Let's type in 90 and see what happens. Yeah, okay. There we go. Let me move the light around a bit. Oh, I don't mind that. That's kind of nice. It's got some cracks in it. I don't mind that at all, actually. Okay. Now I'd like to make it a little bit darker if I could. Dust. We've got... there's not a lot of color adjustment in here in the substance, but we've got saturation. Let's take that up and let's see what happens. I should take the size temporarily down to like 1024 or 512 just so it moves a little quicker. And then after I'm all done, I can bring it back up to 2048. I may try that. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's bring that back down just a bit. Oh, I was going to switch this. I'm going to switch this to 512. See what happens here. See if it moves a little quicker. That's actually not too bad. I think I confused it here. There we go. Okay. So that's really not too bad. Scratches amount. I could take that up just a bit. As well as the damage and the dust. Let me take all of that up just a bit. Let's see what happens. Even at 512, it's still moving pretty slow. I don't know if it's my computer or the material is more complex. All right, let me see what we've got going here. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know that I like all of that. Let me take the damage and dust and scratches down a bit again. Kind of overdid it there, I guess. But I don't think that's too bad. I think I may go with this. I think I'm okay with that. All right, so yeah, I think I'm okay with that. It's kind of oldish, kind of cracked. It's not too bad. Let me try one other thing here. Let me switch to base color. And well, no, I think I want it. I think I like it. Yeah, if I move the light like that, I think I may go with it. The only thing I'm kind of questioning is the metal down here. Is it too... should it be a little bit darker brown? You know, once I get it into Unity, it's going to look a little bit darker, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. So I'm going to save this. And let's go ahead and take it into Unity and see how it looks. Why not? We can always come back here and try again if we don't like it. So let's go ahead and export the textures to Unity 5, Standard Metallic. I'll put it in my exports and I'll call this Folding Table. There we go. Let's export those. Oh, those are at 512. Dang it, I don't want to do that. I wanted it. Well, yeah, I'm going to do it at 2048 just because I can. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's switch here from 512 to 2048 and take a look at it at a higher resolution and see. It's really taken some time. Let's see. There seems to be enough variety of substances in substance source to create whatever you'd need. Yeah, I mean, you are probably right on there. I just wanted to play. So that's all. So I'm going to export this out again. Unity 5. Yep, okay. 2048. And export. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's go to Unity. There's our lamp that's going to go on the table. Let's bring in our table here. I've got it. No. Cargo hold. There it is, somewhere in here. There we go. Drop it in here. There it is. Let's take the material to pure white before we add any of the textures. And where is my folding table? There it is. Let's bring these guys in and see how we did. So add each of these. Like that. It's not bad. Still think the metal should be a little bit darker. You know? This looks too greenish to me. And the light source, where's the source of light coming from? Is it here? Looks like it. The shadows are weird on the ground there. See how they aren't connected here. I don't know if I can deal with that right now with the bias. There we go. And I don't think the normal will, but yeah, let's try that. All right, so that, oh, I've got that too low. Let me go back and select that. You can't take that very as low as I did. Here we go. No, here. So I took this shadow near plane way too low. Can't do that. Let's try that. There we go. I could also move this down just a smidge, right? Looks like. Okay. And move that a bit down. Okay. It's interesting that I'm not getting a shadow off of that one. I think I may be having competing lights here. And that's fine. But I think I'm right on the edge. I'll have to deal with that later. I'm dealing with the table now. All right. So ultimately this thing is going to be over here, way down here. Nope, not that far. It's going to be on this side, like this. All right, down here. I feel like these are too bright now. Something like that. There we go. Yeah. And then what I also want to do is put a little spotlight right in here. It may not be... Oh. Whoa. Right in here like that. Let me turn the gizmo size down, the icon size down again, and move this back up into here. Let's expand this out, like so. And then we need to turn on shadows so it does not go through onto the floor. I could take the intensity down, or even the range. Maybe I'll reduce the range a bit so it's just about like that. And kind of want, see, I feel like these are still too hot to get a nice spot on those. So intensity is 2.89. There we go. Let's try this. Yeah, something like that, so that I feel like I'm still getting a little bit too much bleed out off the table there. So we'll take that spot angle down like that, and even though I've got shadows turned on, it's still shining through the table. Well, that's interesting. Oh, well, it could be because it isn't. I could just turn that on, I guess. I'll do that for all of these. Turn on static for everything. And then, let's see. Anyway, this is what I want, but I'm kind of surprised that I'm not getting that I'm going through the table there. I'm going to have to think about that. I don't recall why that's happening, unless it's going to fix it by the time it bakes everything here. I'm not sure. Let's let it, well, I could also take the bias down. There we go. Took the bias down, but now I've got to deal with that stuff. There we go. Well, it's still doing it. Well, I'll let it bake out, but you get the general idea. That's kind of what I want. So let's bring that chair in. Lowering the shadow near plane. That's an I thought I did that, but I was getting that feedback on the table there. Yeah, like that. See, if I go too low. Let's try 0.5. Let's try that. That might do it. No, see, I still get that. Do I get it when I run the game? Let's see. Yeah, see, I still get that when I run the game. That. I don't like that. So, I feel like if it comes up, it helps. But, and the bias doesn't help me a whole lot. Maybe I'm down too low on this bias. Maybe that was my problem. Let me try this. Okay, so I've got 0.1 on the shadow near plane and 0.01 on the bias. Let me try that. It's still baking here, so we've got some things that are going to hopefully be fixed once it's done baking, because now all the walls look hideous. You know, but hey, the table looks good. So yeah, I'm going to let it bake some, and then we'll see. I may be fighting a losing battle before I see how it finally is once it bakes. But you could try turning down the range of the light. Yes, okay. Let's try that. But I still want it to hit the table there. I still want it to be... So what you're saying is maybe what I could do is turn down the range, then turn up the intensity. Oh. Let's try that. It's hard to... It won't even... No, that's not going to work. All right. Let me try the range at 1. Okay, and then the intensity up like that. Yeah. Oh, that's nice too. All right, so there's just a lot of things that we can do to try and troubleshoot that. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So now we got to wait for the bake to see how it's going to look on all the walls and everything. I could also just, to try, I could bring the ambient intensity back down to 1. Let's try that real quick. Yeah, it's just, it has to think. All right, I'll leave it alone. Let it have some time to itself. All right, so let's now take a look at that chair. Yes, it's battery powered. I know it needs a cord. It will get a cord soon. All right. Render mode to important. Oh yeah, we can do that. Okay. Well, let's go back and work on the chair, and I'm going to come back to it once it has some time to think. We'll come back and take a look at it here in just a minute. Okay. Let me work on this guy. Let me get him back into the center, or at least so he doesn't have any rotation on it here. Oh, that's not good. Let me try and zero in the Z like that. Okay. And then let's zero these out so they're in the center. Why not put it there? Okay. And then I'll go like that to hide that. All right. So let's see about UV mapping this guy. Have I already done anything? No, I haven't done a thing. So, how hard do I want to work on it? Do I want to just smart UV project it? I'm going to apply the scale. Oh, and everything flips. Let's select everything, press Control N to flip the normals back out. Let's also apply the rotation too. So I'll press U, Smart UV Project, turn off Stretch to UV Bounds. Well, I don't really like it. Nope, I don't like it. So, it's, I mean, it would work, I guess, but it's really breaking it up into a lot of tiny pieces. I guess there are quite a few tiny pieces, but it just seems like it's too much. All right, so what I'm going to do is just try and mark a seam here. And I'm just going to try and mark a few seams to break things out in a little bit more reasonable way. At least I think it would be more reasonable. Let me get these unmarked to clear seam and then add a seam here. That just seems like it'd be a little more reasonable. These down here, we could grab this and mark a seam there. I'll grab this edge, I think, is all I need. And this edge right here and mark these. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go full screen here. So this edge, and this edge. Oh. Or did I put, where did I, oh, I put the edge on the inside. So let me undo that. Mark that as a seam, and I put the edge on the inside. So I might as well stay true to that on the other side as well. There we go. These things could probably be split out into one piece, so I'll just select this edge, mark a seam. Let's select these bottom edges down here, mark a seam. Let's select this edge all the way around and mark a seam. What else? This thing right here. Let me select this, isolate it. This thing, what do I want to do with this thing? How about we just go all the way around like that? Let's try it. Yep. Okay. Oh, Alt-H to bring everything back. These little guys now, we could probably just leave them as is. I think I'll just leave them as is. So what I want to do then is just select the pieces that I've added seams to. Right? Like that. And unwrap. Check angle based. Triconformal. Oh, didn't grab this. Okay. This is odd. I'm not real happy with that. Whatever that is. What part is that? Oh, it's that thing. Uh-huh. Well, that's ugly. Super duper ugly. Gosh, these seams are right. But I feel like if I broke these seams out, I might be better off. Let's try it. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Now let me just grab these. I think that's what all of these things are, though. All right, I'll just select everything here. And let's do Control A, Control P. What are these things? What are you? That. Really? Oh, there's that and that. That's those things. Well, that's incredibly ugly. All right. Fine. Let's select this and split it by seam right here. So it only selects that piece. And then I will just select this edge and this edge. And I'll go ahead and split it there. Why not? Let's try that. Let me grab this and let me just try and unwrap this again. Still kind of ugly, but not too bad. I think I can live with that a little bit better than the other way. All right. I'll try and do the same thing here. Like this. Oops. Mark this seam. Select it. UV, unwrap. Okay. It's kind of ugly, but I might go with it because it's so small. I mean, it's not going to be seen that much at all. Now I'm going to press Control A and Control P over here. And yeah, that is a little better than it was. Let me try 01 for the margin. A little bit better. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Let's go with that. All right. Next, Vertex Paint. Separate the circle from the bottom. Yeah, I could have done that. What are the different colorations in the UV window? The blues and greens. The blues are so it isn't stretched, and the red and orange is when it's stretched. So I've got this little guy. Oops. I've got, if I go back in here, and I hit the in key in the UV panel here, you can see over here that we've got stretch turned on. So the blue is no stretching whatsoever. The green is becoming a little bit more stretched, and if you get into orange and red, then you're really having a problem. So you can just turn that on and off. So you can see that. That just helps me see how much it's being stretched. And I don't go beyond green. If you go into yellow, orange, and green, then I think you've just gone too far. So there we go. All right. I am just about thinking that I should call it quits, but I think what I want to do is add the Vertex Colors before I go. Let me do that, because it'll, where is it? Here it is. So it looks like it's pretty much all one material except for these. They're the same color, but I think they're a different material. These would be rubber and these would be metal, right? So let's just do that real quick. Vertex Paint. Let's go to blue. Let's see. I'll just select this. I'm going to turn off seams here so I can select all of it. Well, I'll just select it all. Yeah, okay, I'll just select it all, and then I'll assign a blue to it, and then I'll come back and select these guys here. Oops. There we go. There's that. Oh, one more. That. I'll go ahead and come over here, and we'll make these green. There we go. Grab these, Control plus twice, add a green. Let's do these over here. Oh, I can just, that's easier. Just separate it by seam. Yes. Okay. Last one here. There we go. Okay. So there is our chair. So what let's do for the next time is work on that in Substance Painter, and also we need to work on this guy up here too. So we just need to get those things done and in the scene in Unity, and we'll be good to go. All right. Well, happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you here once again on Monday, same time. So, well, take care.